Hey, this is Robert Simmons with StonerStudios.com. As you can see, I'm in the background just talking away. I was a little bit high, a little bit drunk. That's why I'm doing the voiceover that you're hearing now. This is our first ever review with the StonerStudios.com website, and we're going to be doing the Silent Hill Homecoming game that just came out for the PS3 and Xbox 360. This is going to be the sixth installment in the Silent Hill survival horror video game series, and it was developed by Foundation 9 Studios and also Double Helix Games. In Silent Hill Homecoming, you're going to be playing a guy by the name of Alex Shepard. You're an ex-Special Forces soldier coming home from a tour of duty overseas, and you come to find out that your father and younger brother are missing, and also that your mom is a little bit crazy. Well, you start off searching in the hometown of Shepherd's Glen, and that eventually leads you to the world or town of Silent Hill as well. Okay, the first thing that I want to talk about is the graphics of Silent Hill Homecoming. Basically, the graphics are very good inside the game. There's a lot of little details in the textures if you look around, and every place, including the outworld, feels different from any other place. So you never feel like you're running through the same hallways over and over again, or the same neighborhoods over and over again. Cutscenes are done very well. The graphics in the cutscenes are very good. The audio quality is very good. And the cutscenes also add to the overall feel of the game as you're going through it. Next up, we have audio. Everybody knows that you cannot have a good Silent Hill game without good audio. Thankfully, this game really came through on the audio side of things. It really adds to the atmosphere of the game and also has really good compositions playing in the background as you go through the game. The only bad part to the audio is going to be during the puzzle sections of the game. It seems there's this annoying tone that comes up every time you try to move a piece, and I'll show that to you guys a little bit later on, along with the glitches that I found in the game. There's lots of enemies throughout the game, and it's broken up into a few boss fights with some bigger enemies, and it really breaks up the monotony of fighting the same type of creatures over and over again. And as you can see, this is one of the bosses right here. I didn't want to give away any information about some of the other bosses, but you can take a look at this gameplay real quick and kind of get an idea of what the game does have to offer. Just want to show you this cutscene real quick. Basically, throughout the game, you'll be transferred to a different world entirely, and this cutscene kind of shows you visually how the textures will change when transferring into the other world. Next off, I want to talk about the gameplay. I think the gameplay is very good in this game. It does have its frame rate problems at times when you're fighting certain enemies, but other than that, the animations on all the enemies, including yourself, is very good, and the fighting gameplay and shooting gameplay aspects of the game are very good as well. The only problem that I really noticed is that you have to be exactly on with certain hits on certain enemies. And even though it looks like you're hitting them on the screen, a lot of times it will not count on certain enemies for whatever reason. But once you find out the sweet spot and how close you have to be to an enemy, it shouldn't be a problem throughout the game. This is a sound from the puzzle I was talking about a little bit earlier. There were a few glitches that I found in the game, nothing that's going to not let you play through the whole game entirely or actually hurt the performance of the game in any way. But one was Alex's friend just hanging in midair by the ladder as seen in the video. The next was actually going through the garage door as it was opening, and that happens when you try to go through too soon. It doesn't hurt you at all. It's just kind of a funny thing that you see. And the last but not least, I've seen it 2 or 3 times, couldn't find the video on it, is that when you die, you actually just die standing up. There's no animation of you falling down. And I actually thought it was kind of funny and added to the overall gameplay experience of playing Silent Hill Homecoming. As far as replay value, there's not a whole lot you can do when going back through the game. However, there are alternate endings, including the famous UFO ending that's seen in other Silent Hill games. For the serious Silent Hill fans, I think most of them will go through this game to see at least 2 or 3 of the endings, whereas the casual gamer is just going to play it once through and be done with it. Overall, I'm going to be giving this game an 8.2 out of 10. It's a very good game throughout, presentation-wise, graphic-wise, audio-wise, and even gameplay-wise. If you're a big fan of the Silent Hill series, you may have some problems with certain aspects of the game, but as a casual gamer, I think everybody should at least rent this game, if not buy the game. I'm not sure if I'm on point with the GameSpot, IGN, or other company reviews, but I'm just going to give you a review from a casual gamer standpoint, and hopefully this helps you in the seeing if you want to buy it or at least rent it. Well, that concludes our first ever review of Silent Hill Homecoming for the PS3. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to say you absolutely hate me for whatever reason, please go to stonerstudios.com or go to myspace.com/stonerstudio.